Hey guys, what's up? It's Vicious here, and welcome back to another video. Now, the last video absolutely popped off, and I really appreciate the support. But I'd like to give a shout out to the YouTube members who have been supporting me this whole time, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And the YouTube member I'd like to shout out specifically is Arbil for being the first Divine member on the channel, so very much appreciated. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the frequently asked questions about the exploit, and then we'll be going over basically my final thoughts on the exploit. Things like, will I get banned? Things like, oh, is this safe? Like, how soon is it going to get patched?
Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Is that privacy portal 10% off with code VICIOUS? Holy shit, it is.
So, let's get straight into it. I have a list of questions here, so we're just going to go through them. So make sure you stick to the end. If you have any questions, I'll probably get it answered. So the first one, does it still work? The exploit is not patched, and it still works, but only for rooted devices. You can technically use this for PG Sharp, but I'm not going to use PG Sharp, and I don't condone using PG Sharp. I might make a tutorial for it in the future, but for now, just know that PG Sharp will get you banned. And that is not a question. If you want some proof, all you have to do is come to our Discord and check out the text channel where everyone posts their bans. The second question, BOSD. What is BOSD? It's called the blue screen of death. And this basically happens when you hit the encounter limit or the spin limit in-game and you go past it, basically. And one very quick way to pass the encounter limit is to have a shiny scanner on, running 24/7. As you can see here, I am doing the exploit right now, but because I have Pokemon turned on, sometimes it'll shiny scan if you have the module turned on. So one thing that's very important to realize is that module needs to be off. If that module is on, you're gonna scan extra Pokemon, and then you're gonna hit that limit really fast, and then get a BSOD. So make sure that you have all those modules turned off. Ideally, you're able to use just GPS joystick by itself. But I'll talk about this later. But basically, if you don't have Smalley Patcher installed, you're going to get an error 12, and that's why you can't use it. Next question, what to max out? Now, in terms of what to max out, personally, I do legendaries first. Sorry, not legendaries, mythicals first, and then whatever legendaries that you want. As you can see right now, I'm doing Cosmog, just because it's one of my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, so I've done like Meloetta, I've done all these different Pokemon, and another one to do are the Pokemon that you want Mega Energy for. Just make sure that you hit that 9,999 cap for Mega Energy for all the Pokemon that you're going to be using in the future. Next up, we have Error 12. Now, why am I encountering Error 12? I get this one a lot. Basically, it's either your phone's not rooted or you don't have Smalley Patcher installed. If you want to bypass the Smalley Patcher and don't want to do it manually, which a lot of people don't because it's very annoying and very frustrating, you can simply use Pokemon. But as I stated earlier, make sure you have the Pokemon modules turned off for shiny scanning, or you will hit that blue screen of death. So yeah, error 12 is usually that. So next one we have cannot log in. This one's a bit hard. But usually you cannot log in because Niantic thinks you're spoofing or changing your location, not against terms of service, right? So they're not going to let you log in. The best way to do this is obviously you have to change your mock location app while the application is closed. What I found is if I swap between, let's say, the Polygon location changer and then change it to GPS joystick, what actually happens if my game is actually open or in the background as a process, it'll make me log out, and then it'll also give me error 12. Which is really frustrating, right? So make sure that you have your game closed when you turn on the mock location. Make sure you're rooted, obviously, but make sure that you turn off the game or fully close the game before you change whatever spoofer you're using. And obviously, if you can't log in right now, you got to make sure that you've reset cache and clear data. You can uninstall, reinstall, it's the same thing basically. Next up, root required? Root is not required. You can technically do this with PG Sharp. And there is a tutorial for PG Sharp in our Discord, but I would use root. Honestly, if you're not rooted, you're probably going to get banned eventually. And if you have used if you have used PG Sharp or something or Pokemon in the past, iPogo in the past, you've probably been flagged. So you might get a strike in the future, but that's all right, guys. Honestly, that's all right. Next up, we have so it's another PG Sharp question, right? I get tons and tons of questions for PG Sharp. Yeah, I don't support it, don't condone it. Or at least do it using PG Sharp with this method. If you were going to use PG Sharp with this method, I would use it on an alt. I'm going to make a video on PG Sharp very, very soon. Probably, next week or the week after next. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, next up we have the Pokemon Friendship Booster. As you know, this is based off of the buddy stuff, right? So the higher the level of your buddy, I tend to get more candies the higher the level the Pokemon that I'm walking is. So let's say you have a new Articuno and you also have a level 50 Articuno. I'd probably buddy the level 50 Articuno and then grind the candies out for the level 1 and then just level it up like that. One thing to also realize is if you want to increase the amount of excitement points that you get, make sure you're running Pokemon Friendship Booster so that you can get the play together, give everybody a treat, take a snapshot, and then follow a route together, all this random stuff to build up the points to get to 32. Once you get 32 excitement points, you'll get basically double candy, which is really good. It's really, really good. I was getting around 160 XL candies per hour when doubled, and up to 180 XL, and this is for legendaries, for mythicals. So it's very, very strong. Next up we have where to get Stardust. Obviously, if you get all these XL candies, you're going to be leveling up a lot of Pokemon, right? So where can you get the Stardust? Now, the Stardust can be found with two applications. The first application would be PG Tools. They have a module called PAG, which is available for, I think, $16 US. And basically, it farms a bunch of grunts, and then it gives you a ton of Stardust. The average rate, I think, is around 250,000 Stardust per hour. So, yeah, a lot of Stardust. And then the second option actually is Shungo, which is exactly 15 euros per month, I think. Yeah, so PG Tools is also per month, but Shungo is 15 euros per month, which is actually more expensive than $16 US, keep in mind, because of the currency exchange. But that one has less per hour. It's around 100k Stardust per hour, but you also hunt Shundos in the background, which is absolutely perfect, especially for an event like this. You can get your Shunda Noibats, you can get whatever. If you want to purchase Shungo, you can use code Vicious for code Shadow for 10% off. Okay, the last question, right? Will you get banned? Now, this is an exploit. You're breaking terms of service and you're spoofing at the same time. It's a very common saying where it's like, oh, don't break don't break the law while you're breaking the law, right? Obviously, this stuff isn't illegal. It's not going to get you arrested, but it will get your account banned. When I say, so the question, will you get banned? Honestly, it really depends. I don't think it matters if you exploit this for a little bit or for a very long time. I think the outcome will be the same. I don't think Niantic cares. I think if they realize that you've been exploiting this, they'll probably ban your account. So how do you stop them from realizing this? One thing that you can actually do is you can actually reset the route, right? If you go to your routes tab, if you scroll to the bottom, you can actually quit the route. We are unsure currently whether they still log the amount of distance that you've walked or the amount of candy that you've grinded from the route. But if you quit the route, it actually resets that huge number where it says how many out of 19.3 kilometers for the travel distance. So if you have a huge number and you want to reset it, you can just quit the route and redo it. And yeah, so that's really the entire video, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope it has answered some of your questions. Like I said, I'd like to shout out all my YouTube members as well as all the new subscribers. I really appreciate the support, and I'll keep uploading YouTube videos similar to this kind regarding spoofing in Pokemon Go, and maybe some other stuff in the future. So if you enjoyed this, leave a like, comment down below whether it worked for you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.